When was the last time that you stopped and looked at yourself and said, hey, I actually have it good? You just landed a job and you're making 100K a year, but your best friend just got promoted and they're making 250K a year. And you look back and you compare your life to theirs and you're like, man, wouldn't that be nice? Why can't I have that? Am I not deserving of those things? And this is a dangerous mindset to be in because you're not grateful. I think something that we got to learn to live by is don't look above you, look at those below you. When you look at those that are above you, that is where the root of jealousy starts. You compare your life to what others might have, and this happens in everything. Maybe you're going to the gym and you see someone that's in great shape, right? You think, why can't I be in that shape? I've been doing my part, I've been showing up. Man, they're so lucky. They have maybe a better genetic makeup, or they just are gifted with certain height or other physical capabilities that allow them to push certain barriers that you can't. And you're like, wow, why can't I have that? It can come a lot of times with money. You look at people that have nicer things around you. Say you go and play golf, and you're pulling up in your Lexus, and you see somebody pull up in a Rolls Royce. Again, you start comparing your life to theirs and thinking, why can't I have those things? You could draw a similar line to people that are in school. Maybe you didn't get to land the school of your dreams and get accepted there. I think one thing that we should always circle back on is we have it a lot better than most people. And we oftentimes fail to realize that. We're always comparing how much money we have, how many views we're getting. I'm guilty of it. I've done it. I'm sure you all have done it, where we compare what we have with others and it limits us. It allows us to become ungrateful and not realize that we really have it good. And I think that perspective really gets some light shed on when you look at those who are below you. Let me ask you a question. If you go to your fridge right now, open it, is it empty? Is there nothing inside? You have eggs, milk, maybe some bread, maybe you have leftovers from dinner that you went out to last night. A lot of people don't have these blessings. It's sad because I don't think social media makes it any better. Everybody wants to share this highlight reel of their life, talking about what they did, where they went, what they've accomplished. And we have a tough time congratulating others for their success. But the root cause of that is because we're not satisfied. We keep drawing a line between our lives and theirs. And that's why they say comparison is the thief of joy. When you look below you, it makes you feel gratitude. You see how far you've come in life. You look back at your own story, you have an appreciation for everything that you've overcome, and you're not always chasing what's above, because you'll tire yourself out chasing something that is not going to provide you with the fulfillment that you need. When you take a step back and look at those below you, you have this sense in yourself that, you know what, let me help them out. You can help others rise. Focusing only on climbing can cause you to ignore people who may need your help. Looking below can mean lifting others up as well. You can provide mentorship to somebody. You can be a resource, somebody to speak to. Why are we so focused on chasing who's ahead of us when we're not uplifting those who are around us? And when you constantly look up, you're always chasing something that you can't attain. Because the reality of it is that there's always going to be somebody who has more money. There's always going to be somebody that maybe they have kids, you don't have kids yet. But there's a greater wisdom in everything. You're not late, you're not ahead of the game, you're just on time. You're where you need to be in life. And everybody's line of progression is going to be different. You're going to take some losses. Life is not this straight path up. There's going to be plateaus, there's going to be valleys. It's like a roller coaster ride. You're going to have great days, you're going to have moments where you're absolutely crushing it, and then you fall right back on your face. You lift yourself up, you keep on going. When you look back at what you've done, when you look behind you, when you look below you, you're strengthening your foundations. Because, like I said, progress isn't just vertical. Sometimes you have to look below you to rebuild and correct certain things that may not have worked for you in the past. And I think it's worth mentioning that when you chase greatness, when you're ticking off certain boxes on your schedule, when you're following a certain program, and when you ultimately do attain what you're dreaming of, there's ugliness in the success. No one likes to talk about that. You know how they say, mo money, mo problems? Yeah, that's real. That's real. You will feel a sense of ego. You might abuse power. And you might attain a status that's artificial. It's sad to see this in real life, but there are people that they chase something and they compromise so much in between. Think about it. You have family that you love, friends, people that are close to you. When you have this certain sense of ego pushing you to rise above and beyond, you can let them go. You might get lost in the sauce. You're overlooking things that matter so much more than money or the way you look and the things you have. It's a dangerous mindset to be in. I really hope that, videos like this can not only be a message to myself, but to others that are watching. It's not worth it. It's not worth pushing yourself, building this dream life in your mind, which can compromise so many other things that are worth so much more. I think we all need to practice gratitude. We all need to look at our journey, self-assess, make corrections, and I'm not saying don't attain greatness. I'm not saying don't set high standards for yourself, but look at others as a means of inspiration. Don't look at them as a template for your life. Because sure, we all look at people above us. We can look at athletes, we can look at people who are successful in business and take from their playbook, learn, apply it in our lives. But ultimately, we are not going to become them. We're going to have our own story. It's our own life. That's what we're going to carry forward. And that's the legacy we're going to leave behind. When you leave this earth, no one's going to remember you by, oh, he was such a capable doctor, or man, he really had so much money. He had such nice cars. That's not what people are going to remember you by. People are going to remember you by the impression that you left behind, the things that you did for them. The world, how did you benefit the world as a whole? What things did you do to make this world a better place? These are the things that you need to be asking yourself. We're all grinding, we're all trying to reach a certain place in life. We all have goals, but don't get lost in that mindset. Don't look above you, look below you. Otherwise, you'll become ungrateful. I think I just wanted to get that message across. That was just the topic for today's video. Honestly, I needed to hear it myself, maybe more so than others. Because it's tough. It's tough when you're a beginner. It's tough when you're trying new things. You have a tendency to compare yourself to others. I think one time I was watching a video, I can't recall who exactly said it, but the guy was mentioning a story of, you might look at somebody driving a Porsche and you're like, man, they have it so good. But you don't know if they're coming home to a broken family. You don't know if they're dealing with a certain disease and their life is on the clock. Looking at others as a means of inspiration isn't always as great as it seems. Trust me. So going forward, let's all take a step to self-assess. Let's look at those who are below us so we can reinstate that gratitude in our hearts and realize that we have it really good. There are a lot of people out there that would love to have a home, food, health, and these are things that we take for granted. Let's stop chasing those who are above us. It ain't as pretty as it seems. That's my take on that. Thanks for sticking around and watching the video. I hope you've all been enjoying the commentaries that I've been putting out. I'm looking forward to posting more. I'm not going to let my belief of, what others around me are doing hold me back. I'm learning and I'm having fun with it. I'll catch you all in the next video. Take care until then. My name is Sam Sauger, signing out for now. Have a great weekend.